Hey, it's Tina Forsyth here. So at the end of the day, when it comes to growing your business, nothing beats meeting people face to face. A good old face-to-face, eyeball-to-eyeball connection is one of the best ways to really fast-track your growth ultimately. We love the online world. We love all the options available to connect there. But really, we gotta love meeting face-to-face too. Now, of course, if you're anything like me, you're a virtual, a home-based business. It's not like we're out day-to-day making these face-to-face connections. Something you might want to consider doing is sponsoring someone else's event. Now, this is something that we've done a number of times over the past 2.5 years, I think it's been now, and I just want to share with you today a few tips and tricks of what we've learned along the way and how to really know if something's going to be a good fit for you to sponsor or not. Now, number one, when you're looking at your options, you want to look for an event where the topic and the audience is a match for you. You want to look at an event where the topic is complementary to what you offer. Now, of course, we work with people to automate the growth of their business, right? To set up the back end, the systems, the team, leverage revenue streams, etc. And so when we connect with people who are teaching marketing and how to get clients and all of that, very complementary. Likewise, when we're looking at the audience, we sell to businesses. We sell to business owners. We don't sell to the individual person. So we want to attend an event where the audience is It includes people who are already in business. Usually looking at people who are a little further along as opposed to just startup mode. But if somebody's there for like health, fitness, weight loss, something along those lines, and they're not in business for themselves, won't be a match for us, right? So look for events where the topic and the audience are going to be a fit for who you serve and what you offer. Now, secondary, you want to look at what kind of, what are they actually offering to you as a sponsor? What kind of exposure are they going to give to you? Now, sponsoring an event could include something as simple as putting an ad in a program for the event, right? Quite honestly, I've rarely seen a good return on those. So there might be options where it makes sense. Other times, probably not something we would do on a standalone basis. You might be able to put something in a goodie bag as a sponsor. That can be a great thing, as long as you put something pretty cool in there. Quite often, we'll include things like my book, if we're able to. I'll pop my book into a goodie bag for attendees. That's always been a really powerful kind of giveaway. We've done other crazy giveaways in the past too. Or you may sponsor at the level of having a booth or a table, or even being a speaker at some of these events. Now, here's the thing. If you're going to have a booth or a table, you want to ask the event coordinator, you want to ask whoever's running the event, where are the tables going to be in relation to the event itself, in relation to the room where the conference is being held. Now, my favorite kind of setup is when the exhibitors, when the sponsors are just outside of the room. So people come out of the room on their breaks, at lunch, in the mornings, and you're naturally there. They're naturally going to be in the space where all these sponsors are, right? What you don't want is to be kind of stuck in a room somewhere else where they can't even see you. In some cases, I know of circumstances, we've never had this happen to us directly, but other people I know where they sponsored, they were like hidden in a corner, they were in a whole other room, the conference attendees didn't even know they were there. I think somebody told me once about being on a separate floor from the event, and literally nobody knew they were there. You want to really find out, even if you are in a separate room, that may still be okay as long as the event planner has a really clear plan for how they're going to drive traffic over to that separate space, right? So again, my favorite setup is when you're right outside the room, the conference room itself. But if you are in a separate space, it may still be good. Sometimes the larger events, that will be the case by necessity. Just make sure that they have a clear plan to be driving traffic over to that area all the time, right? Now, last but not least is to consider your return on investment. What do you want to get out of sponsorship? Because here's the thing, it's going to cost you money to sponsor. It's going to cost you money for the sponsorship itself. It's going to cost you money for travel, probably you and maybe a team member or two. You're going to need to get materials for your booth. You might even need to get a booth set up if it's that size of exhibit hall. There's expenses involved here, right? So you need to be very purposeful and know before you go into it, what return are you looking to get? And will it be worth your return on investment in order for you to actually make the most of the sponsorship opportunity? I'm a big fan of going to collect leads, right? And in some cases, you may not even be allowed to sell at certain sponsorships or at certain events. They have some event planners will have a requirement that you're not supposed to sell at your booth. You're there to collect leads, and of course you want to make your sales after the fact by following up with people. Other times you can make sales right then and there. And we've done a mix of both over time, but I will tell you, there's nothing more valuable than gathering leads, walking away with the list of people who you've met, they've met you, there's been some kind of connection, and ensuring you have a strong follow-up, a strong marketing follow-up to make the most of those connections, right? So you can absolutely sell when you're there as well too, but you want to be really purposeful. Why are you there? What are your goals? Is it going to be worth your time and energy in order for you to invest at a certain level and come away with a certain return on investment too, right? So those are kind of my tips and tricks of what we look at and what we really consider when we're exploring sponsorship opportunities. Now, of course, there's tons of them out there these days. It can be an amazing way to connect and an amazing way to meet new clients, meet new prospects, and at the same time, make sure it's the right fit for you. Woohoo! Enjoy. Until next time, it's Tina Forsyth. Take care. Bye now.